The Surface Pro 11 has seen a significant upgrade this year. It now houses an ARM processor instead of an Intel one. While this isn't Microsoft's first attempt at an ARM Surface Pro, they tried it with the Surface Pro X, which didn't do so well, and it was the only Surface Pro that I ended up returning. But this time it's different. This iteration shows promising improvements, the emulation capabilities have greatly improved, the processors are significantly faster, and there's broader app support. However, it's not without its flaws, which I'll discuss in a few moments. In this video, I'll cover its performance, how it handles drawing, what I like and dislike, and we'll take a look at the battery life. I will also share with you how it fits in my daily workflow to determine if it's worth the upgrade. Now, this is going to be a long video, so I've added chapters so you can quickly jump into the sections that you're interested in. So you have two options. You can get this with the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Plus or with the X Elite processor. The X Plus comes with an LCD display, while the X Elite comes with an OLED display. I went for the OLED model, and the configuration that I have here has 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. It's awesome to see that even the base model now starts with 16GB of RAM, moving away from the 8GB configuration without a huge price hike. I also picked up the new Surface Pro Flex keyboard, bringing my total to a whopping 2120. Honestly, that's quite steep, and I'm having a hard time justifying the cost of that keyboard. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, the base model at $999 and pairing it with the signature keyboard for an additional $280 is the way to go. The Surface Pro 11 continues to use high-quality materials. It has an anodized aluminum casing that gives it a robust build quality. The iconic kickstand is still as rigid as ever and still provides the same flexible angles. This also has the same 13-inch size, but it now features round corners on the display, which actually looks pretty nice. There are still two USB-C ports on the side, and there are USB 4.0. The SSD is still in the same spot and has that easy accessible magnetic cover. The Surface Connect port is also in the same location, but the charger has now been downgraded from 65 watts to 39 watts and the charger lost the USB-A port. Now you can still fast charge the Surface Pro 11 with a 65 watt charger through any of the two USB-C ports. And that is how I've been charging mine. It takes about 1 hour and 20 minutes to fully charge. The OLED display on the Surface Pro 11 is quite impressive. The screen resolution is still the same at 2880 by 1920 pixels. The colors are rich and vibrant, thanks to the OLED technology, which provides deeper blacks and more color-accurate colors compared to the colors on an LCD screen. A small inconvenience of the display is that it doesn't have a good anti-glare coating, so it can be very reflective at times. But this can easily be solved by slapping on an anti-reflective screen protector. So with the OLED display, you also get a peak brightness of 900 nits that makes the device usable even in outdoor conditions. The webcam has also improved. There is now a 12.2 megapixel sensor that can capture video in 1440p at 30 frames per second. The 2K video quality is more than good enough for taking video calls. On the back, there's a 10.5 megapixel camera, and the quality is also good, but I find it strange that this can record up to 4K while the front webcam can only record up to 2K. I feel like it would have made more sense if the 4K recording resolution would have been on the front webcam. Anyways, the back camera is good for scanning documents and taking pictures of what's on the whiteboard for those of you thinking of picking this up for school. Now before we move on, a big thanks to Ekster for sponsoring this segment. Ekster has redefined the wallet with the Parliament and aluminum card holder. They don't just make wallets that are slim and elegant, but they're also very practical. These are the most efficient wallets that I have used for the past 4 years. You can have your cards at your fingertips at an instant with their well thought out ejection system. The Parliament wallet is made from premium leather, providing both durability and a touch of luxury. Plus, with its RFID blocking technology, your cards are safe and secure from skimming. The best part is that you can track them down if you ever misplace it or forget it with their slim tracking card. Right now, they are having a summer sale, and if you use my code GHTech, you will get a 5% discount on top of any sales that they have. With that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the video. It's been a while since I used an ARM-based Surface Pro, with my last experience being the Surface Pro X, and I returned it because it had too many limitations. With the Surface Pro 11, the first noticeable limitation is that you can't download Google Drive onto your desktop. While you can still use the web version, I personally prefer the folder tab to access my drive because it's quicker and more convenient since all my changes get saved automatically. It's way faster than launching Chrome, navigating to Google Drive, downloading my documents, and then re-uploading it with changes. This is a bit frustrating for me since I store all of my documents in Google Drive for filling out and signing. Also, if you use Microsoft Edge to view and annotate PDFs, it's very laggy. So you'll need to rely on Adobe Acrobat or another PDF editor to sign your documents until they fix this. Adobe Premiere Pro doesn't yet have an ARM version, but one is expected later this year, and I'll keep you updated once I can test it. In the meantime, I tested the beta version of DaVinci Resolve for ARM laptops. The experience was decent but had occasional stuttering, bugs, and crashes, especially with 4K video editing. Exporting a 1 minute and 30-second video took about 6 minutes and the tablet became pretty hot while exporting. The fans were running at full speed and surprisingly they weren't too loud. On the other hand, editing 1080p videos was generally smooth with limited graphic effects. Keep in mind that this is the beta version of DaVinci Resolve for ARMs, so improvements are likely as updates roll out. Aside from video editing, the performance has been stellar. Photoshop and Lightroom have been running really smooth on here. I have been able to edit my thumbnails and other photos on here without any issues so far. Also, Microsoft apps like OneNote, Word, and Excel perform exceptionally well on here. The new Flex keyboard comes at a steep price tag, but I bought it to give you an in-depth review of its pros and cons. One notable improvement is the enhanced sturdiness, thanks to the added battery. Typing feels noticeably more robust with minimal flex, which has enhanced the premium feel and overall typing experience. The key treble is also satisfying tactile even with this low key treble. The keys are rounder and the top row is much thinner. The wider trackpad makes it easier to use 3 and 4 finger gestures. The upgrade to haptic touch was an excellent choice. The haptic feedback is fantastic and this feels really good and has enhanced the overall experience for me. However, I've noticed a downside with the new Flex keyboard. Since the pen tray has been moved lower to always be accessible, the keys are also positioned lowered, causing my palms to rest uncomfortably at the edge of the palm rest. This slight adjustment makes typing for a longer time a bit more challenging for me, since I constantly find myself readjusting my hands. Keep in mind that I don't have very large hands. This might just be a personal preference based on how I position my fingers while typing, but it's worth noting. What I really like about the Flex keyboard is the ability to use the keyboard wirelessly after detaching it. The battery on this will last up to 41 hours on continuous typing before you need to reattach it to charge. So this little top section can fold back and it props the keyboard up at a slight angle to make it a little more comfortable to type on. Being able to use the keyboard at all times, even when you don't have it attached, has been incredibly handy, especially if you dock the device to an external monitor. You can continue using the Surface keyboard without needing to buy a separate keyboard and mouse, which is great considering the $450 spent on the Flex keyboard with the pen. If you have a tablet stand, you can use this to raise the screen higher so you can have a better posture when working. This wireless feature is what I love the most about the Flex keyboard. However, the wireless connection isn't flawless. I've encountered issues where the keyboard doesn't work when detached, requiring me to reattach it and detach it multiple times. Sometimes even when attached, it doesn't work right away. And it sometimes takes several attempts to reconnect properly. Another significant issue with this keyboard is its behavior when the battery is low and when the battery dies. Even if you connect it to the tablet and start charging the tablet, the keyboard continues to drain its battery. When the keyboard is completely dead and you attach it, it doesn't work. You need to remove it from the Bluetooth setting and re-add it for it to show as connected. This issue is significant because if the keyboard dies while you're working, it won't charge, so you won't be able to use it and this will drastically slow down your productivity. I was under the assumption that when the Flex keyboard died, it would connect like the previous signature keyboard, drawing power from the tablet. However, it seems to keep using Bluetooth even when attached, which drains the battery. I hope that Microsoft releases a firmware update that will address this problem soon because this significantly impacts the functionality and reliability of the keyboard. If you own the Flex keyboard, please share with us if you're also facing charging issues. Let's switch gears for a moment and talk about the pen. I've always had mixed feelings about its slim profile. On one hand, the stylus doesn't roll away because of how flat it is, and I love that you can quickly flip it to erase like a normal pencil. On the other hand, because of how I hold the pen, this side digs into my finger, making it uncomfortable for extended drawing sessions. I prefer a round stylus for drawing, but this pen works well for taking notes and casual sketches. The subtle haptic feedback on this is fantastic, and I really like drawing with it. The tablet itself has a really smooth drawing experience. The pen and tablet responsiveness has been great with no noticeable lag. The lines are less jittery when drawing slowly compared to previous models, and the performance in apps like Fresco and Photoshop has been excellent. However, while the lines are much less jittery, they still aren't perfectly straight when drawing very slowly. So the wavy lines are an issue for fine details and outlining with a dark marker. As an artist who enjoys drawing animated characters, this is a huge flaw for me. The wavy lines are not as noticeable when using the pencil tool. The lines appear more fluid and natural, making it more suitable for sketching. I look forward to improvements in future models that will address this issue, enhancing the overall drawing experience. One of the standout features of this device is that it no longer heats up while charging and drawing. This improvement means that the screen doesn't get uncomfortably warm, allowing you to continue drawing or taking notes even while you have this charging. I wish the Surface Pro 7 and 8 had performed like this when I used them in class to take notes. I had to often stop taking notes just to charge it. Now let's talk about the battery life. The 52 watt-hour battery consistently delivers around 10 hours of usage in the recommended mode at 50% brightness while performing tasks like typing documents and watching videos or shows. On the best performance mode, you can expect around 5 hours of battery life while editing photos or videos, which is quite decent. In the sleep mode, the battery drains approximately 5% every 24 hours, providing a pretty good standby. So far, the Surface Pro 11 hasn't fully met my expectations compared to how I've been using the Surface Pro 9. I hope that the desktop Google Drive becomes available for ARM laptops soon, and I look forward to seeing more native Windows ARM apps released as well. At its current state, the Surface Pro 11 is a fantastic choice for schoolwork. If you plan on using this device for drawing, taking notes, using Microsoft Office apps, and primarily browsing the web, this 2-in-1 device is more than powerful enough, plus the battery life is fantastic. It's also a good option for those who use Photoshop and Lightroom. However, if you're looking to use Adobe Premiere Pro, you'll need to wait since it's not yet compatible. Also, the ARM beta version of DaVinci Resolve doesn't run smoothly on it yet, so you'll need to hold off on that as well until the full release. Buying the OLED version with a Flex keyboard can be quite expensive. For the same price, you can get a well-spec'd out laptop with a dedicated graphics card, but this device offers a unique and enjoyable experience that you can't really get with any other laptops. I recommend getting the LCD version and the signature keyboard instead, since that's a better deal. It just sucks that the Elite X processor is only available with the OLED version. I also recommend waiting until Black Friday to upgrade since it's a couple of months away. If you can wait, you might be able to get this at a nice discount, but there's no guarantee it will be on sale. Alright, so that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and if you found this content enjoyable, make sure you like and subscribe for more tech related content, and I will talk to you on the next one.